Hey, welcome back to Quick Looks with the Casual Hour. I am Bobby. Joining me as always, the gamer on the go, Chase. Chase, I am getting lost in your randomness with Lost and Random.
Let's roll the dice on this quick look and see what we get.
Maybe it's in the cards. I don't know.
Does this game have cards too? I think that's clearly a die.
It does have cards.
Okay. I believe you.
So we're going to play Lost and Random, but before we play Lost and Random, let's tell you about the Casual Hour. We are a podcast first show, but we also now stream our show 3 nights a week. But we do quick looks that we bring those over here for you to see as well. All kinds of fun stuff on YouTube. This is where you should like and subscribe us. Please do so. We'd love to hear from you. And more to come on that. Chase, Lost and Random, what can you tell us about it?
I can tell you that it came out September 10th of this year. And it was developed by Zoink Games, who you might remember from, I think it's Fee? Faye.
Faye.
The FE game.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. They came out a couple of years ago. They've also worked on a few other things. A lot of mobile stuff. There's a game called Stick It to the Man, which sounded familiar to me that they worked on.
Okay.
But Lost and Random feels like maybe their biggest game. And let's see what else. It's out on PC. It's out on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. And this was published by EA. This is an EA original.
Yeah, I think it's $30 also, and it did, for whatever it's worth, I think it won like most anticipated or best showing indie game at this year's Gamescom. And that's
those Gamescom awards.
You know they're prestigious.
The highly coveted, super transparent awards. Jesus, what a disaster that was. But no shame to this game, because this game looks cool, Bobby.
Yeah, this is an awesome game so far. Let me give you the pitch for it. So this is a storybook fantasy. You play as Even, I think. You're either Even or Odd. Your sister's name was either Even or I cannot remember right now. I'm so sorry about that. But when a child becomes 12 years old in this world, the queen comes down.
They get a Pokemon.
Not quite. They get a life sentence. The queen comes down with a magic die, and every 12-year-old has to roll the die. And when the die lands, they are then sent to the corresponding city. So your sister gets to become a Sixer, and things don't seem great for your sister. You're having visions of a ghost, and you are
Sixer sister.
Your Sixer sister.
Okay.
So you're setting out to save your sister, and in doing so, you come across this magical...
You're going to fix it.
You're going to fix it with this dice.
So you're a Sixer sister fixer.
We are.
Okay.
So I'm a couple hours into the game. I'm on the second world, and this game does a really cool thing with combat, and we're going to hopefully be able to show that off here. But it's a combination of some action shit. So, like, I can pull out my slingshot right now, and I can shoot stuff. There might be something right there.
Kid weapon.
A good kid weapon, and we do have a currency that we just got. But your slingshot in battle does no damage. In fact, it knocks off pieces of crystal that charge up your dice. And when our dice gets to a full level, we roll our dice, and whatever that level is on the dice, that's our AP, our action points for that. And you are acquiring and building a deck of cards that you can use in battle, such as pulling out a sword or a bow and arrow or a bomb. And there's even a place in the game where you can upgrade your cards, like this.
Oh God, that's so we definitely got some Nightmare Before Christmas shit going on here.
Yeah, you want to talk about a game that wears its influences pretty proudly. I think somebody owes somebody maybe something here. So let's talk.
Your little die friend, does he have a name?
Dicey. He has.
Perfect. Yep.
There's a really funny thing that happens in the game because it's a very obscure, long, drawn-out name, but you just go by Dicey because that feels good for both of you. A few things about the store. So there is a reputation within the store. So this bar over here, once you fill that up, you do unlock something else in the store. But these are cards that you can add to your deck. I only have 55 of the currency, so we can't afford anything right now. But I wanted to draw something to your attention. So you have in the bottom right-hand corner there where it's talking about the card. That one's a cheat card. This one's a damage card. This is a weapon card. This is a defense card.
I see.
So when you're building your deck out, there's going to be different things that happen with the card. There's also cost up here. So as I mentioned, when you roll the dice, that will let you know what you're capable of using in that turn. So if you roll a 2, you can of course use the 2, or you can do a 1 and a 1, or you can throw in this one here. Some pretty neat.
So when you say cost, it is a cost. It's not just you roll a 2 and you can only play 2 cards, or you can only play cards with a 2 on them. You can play as many cards as you have on your die. Gotcha.
Yep, for that. So we're not going to get anything here because we just can't afford it. And I'm going to try and get to a point where we can maybe show off some of this this battling here.
But there are these cards, but this is an action game, right?
Yeah. I will be doing more.
Okay.
I will be doing more action, but there's some. It slows the game down quite a bit when needed. And when you throw the dice, time stops.
Downtown?
And so you can kind of plan some stuff out and then exit. I'm not exit, I'm sorry, I was reading that. Then you can execute on that.
Bobby, you will not get this reference, but this sounds very much like a Final Fantasy Crisis Core.
Okay. I don't understand what that means, but...
Yeah. That's all right. I can't tell you anything about it because it will potentially ruin some Final Fantasy VII stuff for you. And I know we're keeping you keeping you kind of in the dark on that as you play through the remake.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to avoid that stuff. For this here, there is a main quest that you're following. This ghost has been leading us on this chase, and we think it's going to take us to our sister. But we just went by that gate, and we're trying to find the key to get into Two Town, which Two Town seems to have a little bit more going on than what meets the eye, with a whole underbelly. But this might even be a chance where I can show off some robot guards. Here we go. All right, so I can now shoot off those crystals, but I can also dodge. If I dodge through, it knocks off crystals as well. I'm gonna try and shoot some of them.
Generally, or was that like an upgrade you had to get?
That's generally. Oh shit. Okay. We just got hit. So let me shoot that section there. Come on. No. Oh, damn it. I've been playing this with the controller. I'm playing with the mouse and keyboard right now for this. All right, cool. Got those. So we should be able to get close to rolling. All right. So let's throw the dice. So you go into this dice throw. We only have a 1 right now. So these cards that we have, we can't use except for this one. So this is unpredictable. It's a lucky draw. Sometimes it's generous. It can even give us an extra card that we could use. So I'll play that one for sure. That did roll me up to a 2 status. So now I can play at a level 2, which is super helpful for this. So I can throw a time trap out if I wanted to do that. This is going to slow down everybody around me. I don't really need to do that. This is a hazard card. I only have 1 enemy. When I've been in times with multiple enemies at once, this has been very helpful. But I do need a weapon. I need to do some damage because I'm not doing damage with my slingshot. I could do a bow and arrow. But let's do something with a melee because this one has a cooldown on it, which I want to show that mechanic off. So you can see above my head now, I've manifested that sword. I'm going to go ahead and grab that sword. And I'm going to hit Q and come out of this. And now we can do some pretty heavy damage.
Okay. So you still had 1 on your dice thing. Could you have done something else as well?
Yeah, I could have done a different sword. And that way when this one runs out, I would have another sword ready to go.
It did look like you had 2 of the same card. Could you have gotten that sword
twice? Could
you have dual wielded with it, or would it have just extended its length?
It would have extended the length of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we did just get that. So we'll do the same thing again. We're just going to try and fill up that bar while in combat. And then we'll throw our dice again to finish it off because we didn't get the job done. Ooh, I'm not doing well. Not
So when you're picking up these crystal pieces, you're picking them up to draw cards.
Yep.
Can you roll your die at any time, and
No.
it's just that's your hand, or do you have to have a specific hand before you can roll?
When you're filling up the bar, you're adding cards into your hand, and when you get a full deck of cards or a full bar, that's when you can throw the dice to play your cards.
I see. Okay.
So I'm gonna get the shield because we're not doing so hot right now. So I'll play that. That didn't cost us anything, so I got a shield over us. And then this is a modest life elixir, so I could do that, but I think that he's so far down that we can take him out if we want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just grab that sword there. I thought that was a sword. Did I not grab a sword? Shit. I thought that was a sword.
That's something about blink dodging.
Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. So
I don't know if you had a sword card on you.
So when I see you can get that little window to go through when you see the lines above your head. So when I go through them, I don't have to shoot them. I just grab the crystals off of them that way.
I see. Okay.
All right, that's a sword.
Roll a lot of ones. What's up with that?
I don't know, man. It's not been very kind tonight. Let's see if I can play this one. And so that takes us up to 2. I'll try and show off what 2 of these would be. Might as well play that as well. Get another one of those. I'll just do the health. That sounds like better. So we got our sword now. And we'll go into it. And then that kills him, and we just added a card in, but we're still fighting, so I can run up here with that and start this process with him. Oh, we got multiple enemies out here.
But you got your time hazard card, so when you can roll again, you could use that one.
Yep. So I'm going to wait to get through this, and then I'm going to throw the dice now. All right, so we rolled a 2 that time. I really like that bomb a whole lot, and especially for these. I'm going to pull that one out.
Okay.
So I can move this bomb with the dice. And I'm going to place that one right here. Play that. And then when I come out of this, so I'm going to move myself over here. I'm going to hit play. Or back out of that, sorry. Shoot this bomb. Oh, they moved. Son of a bitch. It's alright, we'll get through it pretty quick. That's going to keep getting us the crystals. Come on, come on. That one's dead.
Did he kill his friend?
He did.
Is that what that was? Okay.
Yeah. That helped us out quite a bit there. Oh, Blink dodged the wrong way. Throw our dice out. Back down to a 1. Blast dice. Try this one again. Took us to 2.
We should heal.
Yeah, I would agree.
Maybe just heal twice since you don't have anything else that does damage.
Yep. Good call, Chase. Hitting back to the back one there. There we go. Okay. So back to dodging around here.
You said you've mostly been playing this on a controller, though. Does that feel good?
Yeah, controller feels pretty good. The mouse isn't terrible right now. It's just like the blink dodge was a new thing for me, like figuring out, and that's space bar, which makes sense. But just getting that rhythm down here, and I keep hitting, like I'm trying to exit from that dial, or from the
Right. Yeah.
just doing that the wrong way. Okay, let's try this again. Damn, lots of 1s. All right, that's a sword. Looks like we're gonna play that one.
You got your shield too.
Oh, good call. And we'll go with that.
You outside of battles, are you actually building that deck and equipping new cards as you get them, or are you finding cards in the world and can use them?
Yep. So
I guess you went to that merchant. You saw, yeah, that's how you get new cards, right?
yeah. So we do find cards first in the game before you find the dice. And so that's been pretty helpful. It's like, oh, you got these cards. Well, like, what do I do with them? And when you finally find the dice, it's like, oh, you can hold cards, like the cards that I found, like, you know what they are? And it's like a big thing. It's got a really good writing, like very earnest writing to it. They capture her really well. All right, here's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna get an arrow.
Yeah, let's see that bow.
And I'm gonna heal up again. Use that. I got a little bit of my sword left, so once the sword's done, then our arrows will come out.
Okay.
All right, so he's down. Now I've got my arrow, and I don't have a timer on this. This is just shooting.
This does damage anywhere. You don't have to hit the crystals.
No, this is just hitting them. This counts down what you've got. If I can really try and get to the guy in the back. He's one that I want to try and get rid of. There we go. One more arrow. All right, so now we're back to getting crystals. All right, and we'll throw out our bomb. Or not our bomb, but our dice. And I do have a bomb, and I have a 2.
Well, why don't you try that time trap just to see something different?
Yeah, for sure. And I'll do time trap with a sword. So I'll move him over here. This is going to slow down everything in that radius there. So that's
Is that instant, or does that have to?
Yeah,
okay, it looks
using
like
that bubble there.
Instant. Okay.
And I'll grab the sword. And we'll go in that bubble and hopefully run some circles around him. This guy's going to come into the bubble. Same thing for him. He'll be slowed down. Which that makes it really good for us. And I bet you this is where we're going to get the key for this game. For that door. He got staggered.
I like how the die jumps on your back like a backpack.
Yeah, it's real good, man. The style of this game is just so damn good. Back to 1. Awesome. Not a whole lot we can do, so I'll just use the time one again because that was pretty helpful. Actually, here we go. Come on. I know I was hit. Come on, try and hit me. There we are. All right, 2.
How many enemies have you fought at a time? Does it get to a point where it's like, oh, I've got 5 or 6 enemies around me, and those time traps really make a difference, or are you really only fighting maybe 2, maybe 3 people?
I think I've had like 4 to 5 at one point in time. Nothing outrageous, but definitely fought some. I'm gonna go ahead and just use all of this.
Sure.
So we'll have 2 swords, and you can see the sword might be stronger the way they do it on here. See how it's glowing a little bit more?
Yeah. Okay.
It is doing a bit more.
Is there any reason that you have this power in the world? Or like, is it something that everybody gets, or all the little girls get, or is it something that, are you special?
So they do the thing when the game starts. I was right. There's the key. When the game starts, you see these champions, and I if I'm not mistaken, you actually are playing as one. It's kind of a tutorial that are like very good. It's set a long time ago, and they're using a similar mechanic. And the dice has always been and random here has always been like this vessel of like prestige for the royal family that can fight. One of the 2 beings at the beginning of the game dies, And so you come across this island of all these dice, and when you're there, this one dice starts to shake, which is Dicey. And Dicey has always been designed for you and you alone. And you didn't know this. You had no idea. Like, it's not anything that you can recall. And so there is that whole fantasy aspect of other people can use dice. The queen has a dice, but nobody else that I've encountered so far has a dice. And it's pretty charming. Again, it's very much like the story elements of like Fable, even like how that felt very fantasy storybook, like that's all here, but with like that Tim Burton flair, as you pointed out earlier. The voice acting in this game has been phenomenal. It's really, really cool.
To answer your question, yes, business is
I could go back down here really quick because I got more currency now and we can buy some of those cards. Let me show you what buying one of those cards looks like.
Sure.
And then maybe we can wrap up after that. A little bit more currency up there, though. So those owl pots, whatever those are, there's usually one that hangs out by him. I think his name's Minnie. So options we have here. This is a blacksmith blink, which is what we had. When performing a blink dodge, your weapon's durability does not deplete for a shortened period. This is the critical 20. Summons a demonic icosahedron that damages any being in its path, and it bounces off anything that it hits. It exists for 20, so that would be good for like a pretty full deck. Hammer 2, the Spirit of Two Town manifests in the shape of a hammer. That thing's pretty awesome. That I haven't used it with my character, but that was something I used in that early part of the game I mentioned. So I would probably, I don't have enough coins for it, but I'd like to get that one. And then quick draw, each crystal is worth more, increases the speed of drawing cards, lasts for 60 seconds. Not terrible, not bad. I don't know if I want to spend my money on that though. So I'll wait because I really want to get this one.
Sure.
So Chase, this is Lost in Random. There's some really good character work here, as you called out really early on. Very striking style to it. I think it's one of the best looking games I've played this year. The combat is different. I enjoy the combat, but I think that it's somewhat of an action game, somewhat of a deck builder, somewhat of a dice roll, and it all comes together in a way that like I think you'll either bounce off of or you'll be into. I'm enjoying what it's doing with the combat. There hasn't been a ton of combat. There's a lot of time just exploring the city and trying to figure things out on what's happening. But I want to know more about this world. I want to know what's causing these problems and why people are the way they are and what's going on with the queen and why kids have to roll the dice. Like, all that stuff seems really, really interesting to me. So I want to know more about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely intriguing. It certainly has a look. I like this kind of gimmick idea of the combat. There was something, maybe it was just kind of the slowness that was going on in that one fight that you had, but it seemed like I wish it was a little snappier, or I wish maybe the enemies just had a little less health and it felt like you were getting through things a little faster, but I like the ideas that it's going with, for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, the art style is really, really cool.
You mentioned it before, this is on a lot of platforms, almost everything right now. We've been playing this on a PC via Steam. But as I said earlier, the Casual Hour does a lot of fun stuff. We're on Twitch 3 nights a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10:30 p.m. Central. We do also post our podcast Fridays at 9 a.m. Central, wherever you listen to your podcast. And we do quick looks a couple times a week here on our YouTube channel. So stick around, find a way to get notified when we do some stuff, and we would love to hang out with you. Chase, this is Lost in Random. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and we'll be back with more quick looks here on YouTube soon.
That's good.